Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Jimmy Adams and Tony Mejia of WagerTalk.com as we're talking some ACC football here on Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. Primetime event here, Tony Mejia. We get NC State and Clemson. We're seeing the Tigers minus 6.5 at home, 39.5 being the total. We've seen a pretty big move here on the under, Tony. Of course, likely hurricane related, or by the time it gets to South Carolina, maybe tropical depression, storm related anyway. Tony, what are you thinking in Clemson, South Carolina, Saturday night?
Yeah, brother, you got to break out your meteorologist hat this weekend to handicap some of these games. And as you mentioned, the move has been from 46 to 39.5. Rain and gusty winds are expected. And as we were talking before we taped this is a game that you cannot bet early. I don't care if you want the best number. You don't know what the weather is going to do until day of, hour of. And then from that standpoint, then you can say, well, you know what? I'd rather have Clemson's superiority on the defensive line, especially if it's really gusty, because then NC State and Devin Leary can, not take advantage of the Clemson secondary that was really decimated, first of all, by injury and then victimized by Wake Forest in that overtime win over the weekend. They really should have lost. Even though DJ Uiagalelei comes off his best game, I still would prefer, riding Will Shipley in the run game against NC State. So I think if you're Clemson, you're kind of hopeful that Ian impacts this game and we get some bad weather in it, because I think that definitely favors the Tigers. So again, you got to look to see what the weather is doing in the hours approaching kickoff. If it's light, I think NC State is a live dog. They beat them last year and did an 8-game losing streak. Clemson's obviously won 36 straight home games, and NC State hasn't won in Death Valley since 2002. If Ian lays off, I think NC State has a really good shot of pulling off the upset. If they don't, I think it's Clemson that is going to impose its will due to their physical superiority.
Good stuff from Tony and Jimmy. Not sure if you have your meteorologist hat on here and how much you're factoring it into your handicap. What are you thinking here, Clemson, South Carolina, Saturday night?
Yeah, as Tony mentioned, definitely going to want to monitor the weather, but I like the dog in this spot. Wake Forest had a great chance to pick up the straight-up win versus Clemson last week. Probably should have won that game, as Tony mentioned. There are huge problems with the Tigers secondary right now. They gave up almost 17 yards per completion versus Wake, and just the inexperience in the secondary has really shown. Guys were literally pulling down defenders in order to avoid getting embarrassed by giving up a touchdown. They now rank 89th in the nation in pass defense. So Clemson's definitely going to make some adjustments and try and give these corners some help, but that's just going to open up a rushing attack that's averaging 157.5 yards per game. NC State can beat you both through the air and on the ground. And then defensively, this Wolfpack unit is elite, and they've shown it so far, giving up just 11.8 points per game. Much stronger than the Wake Forest defense, so I do not expect Clemson to just be able to march up and down the field. Linebacking core is one of the best in the nation. And then you look at the trends. NC State 6-0 against the spread last 6 after an ATS loss, and they're 5-2 in their last 7 against the number in Clemson. So this is going to be a pretty popular play this week, but I agree with the home dog. Give me NC State come Saturday.
All right, like an NC State. Well, it's NC State at Clemson, Jimmy. So you still like an NC State as the road dog?
Yes. Sorry, did I misspoke there? Yeah, 5-2 against the spread last 7 in Clemson. So yeah, give me the road dog.
All right, looking towards the Wolfpack, guys. Jimmy Adams, Tony Mejia. I am Drew Martin. Check out WagerTalk.com, guys. Tuesday, a good day to do so. $2 Tuesday. Top handicappers, top play, discounted to just $2. Check it out, WagerTalk.com.